Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When you ask questions requesting more details or clarifications, doesn't mean that you deny the existence of the topic or you deny whatever was expressed, stated, reported. Let me give you a scenario. Let's go to the Second World War. When they say, well, Second World War was between 1939 to 1945. And I say, well, it was between this and that. And you say, well, was it between those and those? Tell me more about it. So you want to know more about the issue. Does it mean that you deny that the wars was between those, or no, you just want to know more? So when you ask questions regarding certain issues, it doesn't mean that you deny that. You want more justifications, more information, because maybe you're not convinced about the issue. Or someone says, well, he's a good singer. Well, convince me, tell me, why would you say he's a good singer? You're not saying he's a bad singer, you just want evidence. That's all. I want evidence. I don't know if he's good or not. Or maybe I do, but I want you to tell me, what do you mean he's a very good singer? I started with this little question thing because I'm going to ask some questions during this video, and some people might think that I am a denier of something. And I'm not a denier. I just ask questions that are really not answered, or they're answered in a weasel way. And that is very suspicious. So this article that I picked up from Sputnik says that the Russians, if I can get that article right here, the Russians will be able to land cosmonauts on Moon by 2030. Space agency Roscosmos chief says. So the Russians are saying today, on the 4th of October 2022, that they will land people, cosmonauts. We call them astronauts, they call them cosmonauts. Okay, they're going to land on the Moon. Now, that's very, very, very strange, and not strange. I have some questions. Okay, I'm not denying questions. First, Russia has to still be a country by 2030 in order for Russia to try that, okay? Or it has to be at least under a prosperous, economy. Otherwise, that's never going to happen. It's going to be destroyed. Now, we want to make sure that when they try to lift, the rocket will not be shut down by an accident, if you know what I mean, like Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's see what these guys are saying. Russian cosmonauts will be able to set foot on the lunar surface by 2030. Excuse me. Russian space agency Roscosmos head Yuri Borisov said on Tuesday, and I'm quoting, "As part of the lunar program, we are preparing the Luna 25 automatic lander to be sent to the Moon. It will be followed by Luna 26, 27, 28, and by 2030, we will be technologically ready to land Russian cosmonauts on the Moon," Borisov said at a space science event at the Space Research Institute of the Russian Academy of Science. Russia and China previously announced their plans to create an open and inclusive international scientific lunar station by 2035. At the same time, NASA, together with other space agencies from Canada, Europe, and Japan, hopes to send out astronauts back to the Moon by 2025. Okay, woohoo! Get your popcorn. I got what? 2 more years and 2 months. And create a sustained lunar presence by 2028. Wow. It says by 2025, so that could be tomorrow, next week. Wow, that's very exciting, and I'm real about it. And a sustained lunar presence, like what? Human presence or things presence over there dropped? Anyway, let's go with this. And here we go. I mentioned a few problems with the space program for the Russians. And that is, if Russia will still be a country by then, and under what conditions. Because that could change the whole thing. First, and I'm nice right now, I'm being nice. Second one, technology. We get in trouble right there with technology. And I'm going to ask questions. Remember, I started the video with a question thing. So I try to cover my tail somehow. You know what I mean? So I'm not so obvious for some. Let's put it this way. So do we have the technology to do such a thing? And the answer is, provided by evidence, yes, Emil. Yes, we did it. We did it in 1968, 69. We did it in 77. We did it for so many times already. Yes, Emil. Okay, well, but I have another question. This is the question. How will these guys be able to, again, that's a key word here, so I cover my tail, again, cross the Van Allen radiation belt? How they did it last time? Oh, okay, I got it, okay. So they will be able to do it this time as they did it last times, plural, right? Okay, well, now I come with two things. One, based on my little research, in order to cross the Van Allen, radiation belt and all that, you need a very thick, how do you call it, spacecraft. You have to be enclosed in something I read somewhere about a 1.5 feet thick lead frame capsule in order to the radiations. This is how strong they are based on some research I did. Now I might be wrong. Okay, I might be wrong. You can search that and find out yourself. Not only some lectures on YouTube, but also some documents, some papers that you find online, still available. So that's the radiation problem. And then direct experience. I gotta tell you that. I gotta tell you this experience. A few years ago, I don't know, actually it was more than 10 years ago, I went to Cape Canaveral in Florida, or / Kennedy Space Station. That's the area where they have a museum and where the Americans sent their rockets into space and all that. We heard about Cape Canaveral. I heard it since I was a boy. Yes, I was a boy. I wasn't a kid. I was a boy. Ding-a-ling, but I was a boy. So then I went over there, and they have the replicas or the capsules of these guys that went to the moon or came back and all that and all this. And I looked over those capsules and I said, they were, remember how a car was built in 1968, let's put this. Remember what kind of technology we had. And then I looked at how it was built, this capsule. And I looked at, I don't know exactly how you call them, where the seams come together. They pointed to keep it together. Look at those things over there when you go. The only thing that is missing from that are nails. Tun, 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 tun. That's how rudimentary that capsule looked to me, to be able to go that far and return. That's just an observation. I have a question. Please explain to me. I have pictures of those taken then with those little seams that are, it's like you built a chicken coop. Remember how how advanced the cars were, the technology in 68. Look at the airplanes in 68. Go and sit in one. Jet liner, or not jet liner, jet, I don't know which ones were over there, MiG or whatever they have here in the United States. Look at those ones and see how they were. And if that's really capable of, and besides it was, okay, let's say I don't have how should I put it, a PhD, master, or bachelor degree in any technical capacity, but I'm not an idiot. I mean, I'm not I've never seen something technical. I didn't work on anything. You know what I mean? I'm not illiterate in that kind of, but I was surrounded by 3 people, engineers. You can say, well, engineers and engineers. So again, they're not tards. And they had questions looking at those capsules. All right, so this Van Allen, I think they're now, like they did before, they will be able to figure out a way to cross it. Because obviously they did it before, right? In 60, 70 and so on. And then all of a sudden they stopped. No more interest to go over there. And now we have the technology for those that we had it in 68. Can you imagine what we have right now? Jesus Christ, we're going to go to the sun tomorrow. We're not going to stop. And there's going to be on live how they're going to set foot on the sun. All right, well, good for them. I'm waiting. I hope both the Americans and their allies and the Russians and their allies are going to do something finally technologically and, some scientific, something, discover something, do something, instead of just fighting here and calling themselves, I'm a this, I identify as this, and I want this and I want that. I want to see something meaningful. I'm sick of looking down all the time, looking and degrading. I want us to expand. I want us to evolve. I'm sick of, getting down. We look at let's have equity. That means dragging those down in order for these ones not to, feel somehow upset because they can't make it that way. And then we get them down and we're happy. Yeah, we created this. What about those guys? How many scientists do you know? Fauci does not count, okay? Let's put Fauci to the side. How many scientists? Like engineers or whatever. Tell me, 5. But I bet you can tell me at least 5 basketball players or soccer players or meaningless people. Oh my God, I'm about to say, they're entertainers. They're sports figures, play that game, they have fun, and they make more money than you and I. I guarantee you, if you mention the 5. But how many scientists you know, and how rich are they? And why is this? That tells you the priorities of our societies. What do we prioritize? Equity. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.